Welcome to the Take Care Sis podcast with me, Ki, and Kiki.
Join two friends for a conversation around self-care in real life. We'll talk about anything on the spectrum from bubble baths to setting boundaries to managing friendships and more.
As your sisters, we also just want to provide a weekly check-in. You know, like big sis asking little sis, sis, you good? So come on in, sis. Let's talk about how we can take better care of ourselves. What's up, Kiki?
Hey, Ki.
How are you, sis?
I'm good. You know, we always good after we finish eating. Because it makes me happy. Food makes my heart happy.
Yeah, my line sisters seem to get a kick out of the fact that I seem to dance when I'm eating good food.
That's why you were dancing. Huh? Is that why you were dancing?
Huh?
Is that why you were dancing?
Oh, no, I don't even know what you're talking about, friend. Let's just move on. So,
after that random dance party that she just had, just randomly started dancing. So I'm guessing that's why.
I was not eating at the time. Thank you very much. I have random dance parties. It brings me joy.
Okay. Did you eat before?
No. Leave me alone, friend. We moving forward. Listen, you've been coming for me all day. Y'all, once again, I almost quit her again today, y'all. I almost quit her. Let me tell you what happened, right? So today started off, I got up early, y'all, because y'all know I got a new job and my new job starts earlier. So I got to get to the gym much earlier. So I'm already on team struggle, right? Because I'm up an hour and a half at least before I would normally get up. Mind your business. Anyway, so I'm listening to the Breakfast Club because that's what I like to listen to in the morning. And Coi Leray was on there. And Coi Leray, she's talking about her music. And and she was asking Charlamagne and DJ MB and of course Angela Yee, like, do y'all like my music? Angela Yee was like, yeah, I like it. I like some cool tracks. DJ MB was like, and Charlamagne just come out and said it. He was like, nah, your music ain't for me. She said, well, I call you guys, dinosaurs. I was done. I just knew that today was going to be a rough day because Charlamagne and DJ MB are in my age group. And when she called them a dinosaur, so anyway, I take to Facebook and post it. And this heifer right here gonna say, she gonna send me a message talking about dinosaur and laugh. And like she continued it throughout the day. Like she just kept saying dinosaur.
I didn't only say dinosaur once.
Y'all friend about to do this podcast all by herself. She gonna be taking care of her own sis, okay? Anyway, we're moving forward. Last week, we talked about, in our episode, F That Job, we talked about the Great Resignation and setting boundaries on your job or perhaps even leaving your job. And, we're waiting on some feedback from you guys, like waiting to hear, have you participated in the Great Resignation or have you set boundaries on your job? But, Kiki, so last week, did you set a boundary on your job? And if not, then what did you do for self-care last week?
No, I didn't set a boundary on my job because I'm kind of on the.
You're over it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm over it. So no, I didn't set a boundary. That was, if you would have caught me a couple of years ago, I might have told you what boundary I set. But right now, nah.
Oh gosh, why are you play?
You said, what did I do for self-care?
If you didn't set a boundary, yes. What did you do for self-care? Crazy.
Okay. So I had a really good weekend because I got to see your beautiful face.
Don't try to butter me up now. Like, don't. The wound is still fresh.
I'm not. Y'all, I didn't say anything bad to her because I love her very much. Anyways, as I was saying, for my self-care, I got to see your beautiful face and spend some time with you and eat some good food and chat a little bit. And on Sunday, I got to spend some time with my cousin. So I had like a lot of friend time this weekend.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I had more than my share of friend time. I actually set a boundary, or I did. I had to be social this weekend, y'all. Whew, okay. I'm trying to embrace it. It's Aries season. It's April. I'm gonna want people to celebrate my birthday, so I was celebrating. I'm a turn down for May though. Just okay, probably not. Like I'm a spring baby, so I'm probably not gonna turn down until. We'll get back to you. But I set a boundary, or I'm working on setting a boundary on my new job, right? And this was cool. So my director, she instills this called How to Work With Me guide. And so basically it's like a cheat sheet on people getting to know you, but it's very helpful in terms of workplace relations. So like there's questions like how do you define a win? Or when's the best time to communicate you or to have one-on-ones with you? Or what's your communication style? Those kind of things. So I plan on completing that, working on that, finishing up tomorrow, sorry. So it'll be done. So then my new coworkers can learn more about me, and we set them boundaries. Because first things first, if one more person voluntarily puts something on my calendar, I'm a scream. I can't stand that. I can't stand when people just up and say, I put a meeting on your calendar for 1:00. You don't know what I was finna do at 1:00. You don't know what I was finna do. I could want lunch at 1:00. I could want to take a walk at 1:00. Just because it's so anyway, I have to be better about monitoring my calendar too. But don't just put stuff on people's calendars. Some of us hate it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a good idea. I've never heard of anyone doing that or taking that approach to getting to know coworkers.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. And especially being that, I'm the newbie in the bunch. I can go back and there's one folder where I can read everybody's how to work with me. So I can also read up on how to get to know my boss more, or my immediate supervisor more, and my coworkers and stuff like that. So yeah.
I like that. Good job, Ki.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
Clap for you, friend.
All right, so what are we talking about today, Kiki?
Okay, so we are going to talk about decluttering your space. So let me preface this and tell y'all that this is going to be a two-part episode. This is going to be decluttering your space. Next week, we're going to talk about decluttering your mind, because they're two different things, even though they intertwine. So
I'm gonna go ahead and keep folding this laundry since we're talking about decluttering your space.
Yes, please do. So the way I came up with this is I was kind of revisiting one of my 30-day devotionals that I dived into a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And I always remember this devotional because I loved it so much that I bought the book that they were selling at the end. It's like this whole decluttering book.
Because I buy the books.
And I just wanted. You said what?
I buy the books. I might read them, and maybe that's the way I could declutter my space. Because I'm probably not gonna read it, but I bought it.
Look, if I bought a book after that, it was good, because it's gonna take a lot to convince me that I need to go further into your devotional practice. Yeah. That's like the only one I bought in all the years I've been on this Bible app. But anyway, I revisited that.
Wait, you didn't tell me it's from the Bible app.
It is.
Now I totally get it, because now I'm not buying other devotionals neither. I get it. That was good.
No, it's only because decluttering, I feel like, is a universal thing. So like I can use it anyway.
Very much so.
but it's also, it's spring. We just changed seasons. So this is the perfect time to declutter your space, to do that spring cleaning that everybody says they have to do but never do.
Mm-hmm. Y'all hear her voice inflection? She's picking on me because I'm folding laundry.
I'm not picking on you. I'm just.
She's been coming for me all day, y'all.
I am not picking on you. I am picking on everyone who is listening to this, because I know it's at least half of y'all probably looking at us or listening to us like, "You right? Am I gonna do it? Probably not." But we're gonna tell y'all anyway.
Speaking of laundry, one of my best friends is so good. She's so good about that whole, like, in the spring, she'll transfer her whole entire closet, and she has the I call them Tupperware. I know they're not Tupperware, but those storage containers. She has those storage containers that has her spring stuff, her spring and summer stuff, and she puts away her fall and winter. She's so good about it. I wanted to go in there and mess up her closet because I was just angry at all the organization. But she's really good. Shout out to my bestie. She's really good at it.
But I'm just like, that makes me feel like I don't have enough stuff, because I'm like, I don't pack up anything. Everything's staying in the closet the way it is. I might reorganize it, but I ain't got another pack up and then like switch it out. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I don't know what all was in there. I didn't dig through them, but it could just be like she puts her coats away or something.
No.
I don't know.
I know. No, I know a lot of people that do the same thing. Like, they got bins full of shoes, coats, like long sleeve shirts, all these things. They just kind of switch it out and come to, or get their spring clothes and switch them out. I ain't got time for all that. All my stuff is there. That's it.
I just live in North Carolina, and it never fails. If you do that, you'll have.
And maybe that's why.
You'll have a damn cold freak in the middle of July. It'll be 50 degrees, and you wish you had your sweatshirts, but no, you put the sweatshirts in the garage, and it's not easily accessible. And so then I'm just not gonna go outside. Maybe
that's why. Because you're right. We experience 4 seasons in a day, every day.
Right.
And you never know. So you got to keep a coat in the car. You got to keep an umbrella at work.
Okay.
You got to be prepared for this stuff.
Absolutely no lies told in that statement.
But let's talk about why we should declutter.
Sorry. We getting back on topic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to get back on topic. Why we should declutter. The main thing is organization, making sure you have a clean space. And I'm kind of a neat freak. I don't want stuff on my floor. Like, I got to be able to see all of my floor without having piles of junk everywhere. And also, unorganized junk just makes me nervous, I guess. Like, what is under this shit? Why is it here?
You'd hate my car.
Well, I mean, my car is a different story. My house now. My car, I'm only in it for a little bit, but the house we got to have organized. But also, I think about decluttering because most of the time when I go through cleaning stages and decluttering stages, it's because I feel like my mind is cluttered because my space is cluttered. Mm-hmm. So it's the mental benefits of decluttering as well. I get into spaces where I just look around. I'm like, girl, we gotta do something about this because I can't think, and I don't feel like doing anything right now. But I can't think. We gotta do something about it. Mm-hmm. What spaces do we need to declutter? I came up with basically 3 spaces because they're the main spaces that you frequent a lot: your house, your car, and your workspace. And your workspace is wherever you decide to do work, because I know a lot of us work from home. So making sure that workspace is not cluttered up will help you with your productivity during the day.
I absolutely agree. Well, I agree with the workspace aspect. You can kiss my behind concerning my car. We're not there yet as a person. I'm just not there yet. House, I agree with you there too. But car, you're gonna get this car. Like, you're gonna get it.
Okay.
You're gonna get it. I'm gonna give it to you. You're gonna get this car.
I'm gonna say this. I haven't always been the neatest with my car, and I'm still not the neatest, but I did vacuum out my car the other day. And I usually try to put,
I said, look at God.
Yes, I did vacuum it out for the first time in years. But but I found that also what helps me is just like keeping a trash bag in my car, because I know I like to throw stuff. So keeping like a small trash bag will help me to not have all this shit on the floor.
Yes.
It'll be organized in a little bag, and then when it fills up, throw it away, put another trash bag back there. That's the easiest thing I can do for my car. Now, there are some other things in there that I probably need to clean out too, but like you said, I'm not too worried about the car because I'm not in it too long.
Yeah. My car, a lot happens in my car. So when you work with the community, I consistently have to have,
No, go ahead.
So working with the community, I consistently have to have things in my car because I'm running to events and stuff like that. So like at any given moment, I have sweatshirts. So I have swag in my car. So I got sweatshirts, t-shirts, yard signs, buttons, pins. I got all of that in my car.
But I can understand that though.
And that's just work. So then for me, I have the umbrella because I live in North Carolina. I got some gloves in there because again, I live in North Carolina. I have all the napkins because I'm African American.
Ice scrapers.
Yeah,
I have ice scrapers.
Yeah. Ice scrapers. I got water. Listen, I got water in various parts of the car. I have bottled water in the back because you just never know when somebody's going to need some water. Plus, again, this is kind of
you.
So I got bottled water in the back. And then I have so I drink alkaline water. So then I got a thing of alkaline water in my truck. I'm not quite sure why. I remember I put it in there because I was doing a lot of traveling at one point with my vehicle. And, when you stay in a hotel, you want water. So that's in there. What else is in my truck? Masks. There's masks everywhere now, especially this is why moving to the disposable masks, what irks my soul. Cause then there's a mask everywhere and you got to have a mask everywhere cause you're always forgetting. And then my car used to be a hell of a lot cleaner before I started letting my nephew eat in there. Like I had a strict don't eat in auntie's car rule. And then we just started going more places together and then crumbs. So I get irritated by the crumbs in the middle of the seats and stuff like that. In the spaces, that drives me nuts. But what I will do is occasionally I will take the car to get washed. And then that's when it's getting vacuumed out. And it looks like a whole new car. But that's not often. I'm not a car person. So literally I put gas in her. I take her for maintenance.
No, I get it. I get it. Trust me. Trust me, I get it.
So this is where I'm going to put it out there. I am Ki, and I'm a strong, independent African-American woman that needs a man to help maintain her car. I said it.
So bring the men in your direction so they can take care of your car.
I mean, listen, I'm going to take care of you. You take care of my car. I feel like there's some reciprocity here.
I kind of agree with you on that. Me and my car.
See?
I get, like you said, you put gas in her, you make sure she's good, maintain her, take her when she's sick, get her all well, and then y'all go about your business,
See?
That's it.
Yeah. I don't need a man to be super traditional except for the trash and the car. That's it. After that, we don't have to be that traditional couple because I also have a man that will cook for me. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Back to decluttering your space. In terms of how to declutter the space, we found an article on simplelionheartlife.com. I'm gonna just let you digest that title for a minute. And anyway, it's about decluttering your home. And the first suggestion was to clear surface clutter. Surface clutter aids visual clutter and can be a lot for your brain and eyes to process. So back to having a clear workspace. You're already in a given day, like, my eye doctor was telling me that she's been seeing so many eye strains because, working from home, everyone's spending that much more time in front of their computers because you have your computer work, and then we're on our phones, and then to decompress, we play on our iPads, or we shop on our iPads, or whatever it is that you do to decompress on your little device. Like, we're always looking at something, and HD and all that other stuff. I don't know where we are in technology, as you can see. So I'm gonna say HD. Y'all just insert whatever we currently all if it's not HD. Okay.
4K.
Okay, 4K. There you go. So you guys know 4K. We're getting closer and closer and closer. Well, the attempt is to get closer and closer to make things more 3D, or 4D is real life. Anyway, as technology increases, it's straining our eyes because it's still fake, right? There's no depth, there's no dimension. So it's still really fake.
Right.
And so anyway, we don't need any extra added visual clutter. So this is one reason why you should declutter your home or declutter your spaces. And clutter can attract more clutter. We've all seen an episode of Hoarders, right? And it always starts that way. It always starts with, oh, there was just that little room, or there was just that little space in the corner that turned into the room, that turned into the 2 rooms, that turned into, yeah. So this is why we're going to declutter, because I don't want to see none of y'all on Hoarders.
That is a big goal. Do not end up on Hoarders. Please don't.
Please don't end up on Hoarders.
But the next thing is to keep your floors clean. Like I was saying earlier, I like to be able to see what's on my floor. I like to have some walking space, and anything that's on the floor is dirty to me. So it's gotta go. It's gotta go. Of course, there are certain things that stay on my floor, like my yoga mat, my sound bowls stay on the floor. These are all my yoga stuff. So like, I still clean them regularly, but that's the only thing that I want to see on my floor. Other things, bags, clothes, all that shit. If it's on the floor, it's dirty. And if it's on the floor, it's going in the trash. If it has to. That's just my own rule for that.
One other, I don't share your floor phobia, sorry, friend. But I do like clear spaces, and I'm having an increased appreciation for cleared spaces. But this is what I mean, right? So, I've been trying to be diligent about getting my steps every hour. And, in these meetings and stuff like that, never fails. They're always, anyway, so I got to get up in the middle of a meeting, and I need to do my laps around a room. So I need as much room to walk as possible. So this has been aiding me clearing any type of spaces and stuff like that. So like in my little, anyway, in my office / where I have my treadmill, I have now begun to, instead of the treadmill being out long, I put it up to give me more walking space. So during the meeting, I just turn my camera off and get my little steps per hour. So yes, I can appreciate, or that's an example that I will give you guys about decluttering your floor space. Next, a place for everything and everything in its place. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But make sure that everything has a place. So for those of us that love to shop, I'm gonna go ahead and no, because it depends on what I'm shopping for. I was just about to say I hate shopping, but that proved to be a lie when I joined the school. So yes, anyway, but I challenge you guys in terms of decluttering to have a place for everything and everything in its place. So for my ladies that love to shop, we'll bring up shoes, right? Because shoes take up space. I like to keep my shoes in their original boxes. So my challenge to you is, if you buy a new shoe or you bring a new shoe into your house, you have to take one away. Whoop. I know. People are sending me hate mail. The DMs is on fire.
I usually do that with a lot of the clothes that I get. So if I get new clothes and I know there's some other things in there that I don't need anymore, get rid of it. So like you said, one thing in, one thing out. That's a good way to kind of maintain your space and not clutter it up even more.
Yeah.
So the next thing is store things out of sight. That's pretty self-explanatory. Like, don't have piles of shit everywhere. Put it in its place. It's kind of the same thing.
I'm going to challenge that thought in a minute. Okay. Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
No, go ahead and challenge it.
All right. So I'm pretty much a minimalist when it comes to my bedroom, right? I have a bed, a nightstand, and I have bookshelves, right? And so maybe the bookshelves doesn't make me a complete minimalist, but I'm working on it. So anyway, the bookshelves serve dual purposes. The bookshelves serve as, storing some books, but they also serve as, okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret about me. I love planes. And I have some model planes. I have some model planes. So my model planes are on my bookshelf. So my bookshelf at the top is books. In the middle are visual things that are visually appealing to me. So like pictures, my model planes. And then in the bottom, I'll be honest, I actually keep shoes on the bottom because it's the tall bookshelves, right? So there is a space for everything, and everything has a space, but I don't necessarily store stuff out of sight.
No, you're right. Because I do the same thing. I have 2 bookshelves, one in my living room and one in my room. And the bottom shelf is usually things that just have no other place to go. So.
Yeah, those are for those people that keep stuff like under the bed. There's some monsters on my bed, so I don't keep anything under there. So let's keep it moving. Do a quick clutter sweep. Do a quick clutter sweep to clear the trash of any space. So, your workspace, your car, note to self. Just do a quick clutter sweep.
Yeah, that's easy enough. Mm-hmm. Clear out any clutter, any quick trash that you can just throw away. That piece of paper that you keep walking over, throw it away.
Why you just keep walking over? Why not throw it away? I don't understand.
Some people do it. They really do. And you just kind of look at them like, don't you see that there? Does that not bother you? I don't understand.
No, it doesn't bother them.
The next is to tackle the area causing you the most stress first.
All right. If you don't recognize this problem, how do you know which one is the area that stresses you out the most?
I guess for me, because I spend most of my time in my living room, my living space. So that's the area that I will always go with first.
Gotcha.
I'm not in my bedroom as much. The kitchen I clean as I go. So it's usually not as bad. The only thing I have to do is like mop. But the the living space is what I really tackle. And that's usually like my kitchen table, because I put a lot of stuff up there too.
Okay.
That's just for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know that my spaces cause me stress. Mm-hmm. So I'll have to parking lot that one. All right, so moving on to the next one. Set up a system for paperwork. I am bad about this. I am really bad about this.
I kind of am too.
Yeah, mail gets me. Because truth be told, like, I don't get any mail that's like pleasant, really. I get bills. And I get, oh my God. So, when you donate to something one good time,
they send you everything, yeah.
Oh my God. I get something from Planned Parenthood, I feel like every other week. And if anyone can connect me to the person who can take me off the mailing list, okay? Take me off the list. I don't need another piece of paper from Planned Parenthood. Take me off the list. So anyway, I'm really bad about paperwork because I'll let it sit there. Like I have this space on my counter where my mail is, and I'll let it sit there. And then one day I just throw it all away. So the bad thing about that is if there was anything quasi important, it's now gone. So I need a better system.
Yeah, you might
throw it all away. Just toss it. Just open up the trash can.
Do you like take time weekly to go through your paperwork? Maybe. Sort of.
System.
I know. I'm asking to help you. I'm trying to help you, friend.
No, I do not do that. That is something that I will take as a suggestion. But no, I don't have that system. I told you, it piles up, and then one day it's just a clean sweep, and then it's clean again until it all piles in.
And you know what? That's actually what causes you stress, because you look at it and you're like, hell no, and you throw it away.
Okay, then maybe that's my stress area.
That's your stress area. It doesn't. I don't think it means like. I don't think it meant like it's causing you complete stress, like in the moment where it's affecting everything. But stuff will cause you stress where you get to the point where you say, "Fuck this shit," and I am not dealing with it. And that's what you do. You look at your mail and you like, "F this. I am going to throw it away. I don't care what's in it. If it's important, oh well. If it's not, oh well. I'm throwing it away."
Yeah.
So that's one area of stress for you.
That's kind of how I deal with the things, though. Mail isn't the only thing I do that with either.
Well, those are your areas of stress. Just a little bit.
No, it's just things in general. Sometimes I just get tired of it, and I just be like, damn this, and I throw it all away. And then, like, it'll never fail. The next day I'll be like, dang, what I'm looking for was probably in that trash that I threw out yesterday.
I'm gonna need you to get a better system. I need you to get a better system. Like, I do get to the point where if I get mail and paperwork and stuff, if it's like all that stuff you were talking about, where it's just like stuff from donation places, magazines, or these people you order from, it's going in the trash. I'm only keeping what I need to keep for the sake of records.
Take me off the list, Planned Parenthood.
But I try to do that then, because I still don't like to like keep a bunch of papers around that don't make sense. But that's just me. All right. So the next is
make your bed. Now, I honestly, this is a habit of mine, and I don't know that I do it for anything other than the fact of I love getting into fresh sheets. Like, even if it's, and by fresh, I don't necessarily mean that I change my sheets every day.
Cool sheets.
No, I just meant fresh. So, like, they're still tight and they come up around me, and it feels all like a cocoon. And then I have like all 50 of my pillows, and yeah, it's just a nice little warm, cozy place to be. So yes, I make up my bed every day. But for me, the other thing about not making up my bed is what we talked about earlier. Like, it's visually makes my room ugly. Because again, remember, I don't have much in my room. So it just makes my room ugly, and I don't like it. So yeah, I make my bed every day.
Yeah, I've gotten bad about making up my bed like as soon as I get up, because I'll be late for work and I'll just be rushing. So it might get done when I get home, but I still do it because I like to get into a fresh, cool bed. Like, that helps me sleep a little better, I guess.
Gotcha.
All right, so next is to simplify your decor. And you've already done that because you've made your bedroom your minimalist space, which is, I kind of do the same thing. The biggest things I have in my space are my bookshelves. I don't have a lot on the walls. I'm like, I don't want to keep anything that collects dust for no reason.
Oh, that's a good thought. That's a good thought.
Yeah, that's just for me, because when I actually do the cleaning and dusting and stuff, I don't want to have to pick off 50 million things off my wall to like dust and on tables and things. So it's going to be to a minimum. I still don't even have a lot of pictures up in my apartment. So
yeah, I'm trying to get my deposit back at all times, any place that I live. So yeah, I try not to put a whole lot of holes in things. That's probably the number one reason why I don't hang a lot of pictures. Right. And no, I'm not crafty enough to fill all the walls, nor do I have the patience for that. So you must know that my patience, there's a place that needs work. It's my patience. So yeah, I don't have a lot going on in my room. I don't have a lot on the walls. I don't know where I got this from. I think it's a little bit of feng shui, a little bit of, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't have a lot in my rooms on my walls or anything like that. So, yes, the decor is simple. Now, that's my bedroom. There's other places that are a little less simple. So take, for example, my yoga space. First and foremost, starting with the tapestry. The tapestry is it's peaceful yet busy all at the same time. It's a mandala. So I tend to think that mandalas are peaceful yet busy. And then I think that everything just follows. There's blocks, there's mats, and because I got my various mats, and I got my different types of blocks, and then I got my yoga wheel, and then so I don't know if that's simple at all.
Well, I mean, that was the same.
Call that decluttered.
Yeah, that was the same thing I said about my yoga space when I said that I don't like things on the floor, but most of the things in my yoga space are on the floor, so that's kind of the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
So, oh well. I don't think that having, what do you say, your tapestry, your mandala? I don't think that's like a big thing that will clutter your space. It's just visually appealing. So,
well, the thing is, it actually drives me crazy when I'm not doing yoga.
Really? And maybe that's because I don't have anything on my wall in my yoga space. Like that wall is bare. But that was intentional because, YouTube videos, I was just like, we're not putting anything back there.
See, and I went the opposite direction. I was like, oh, let me have some scenery for the people. Yeah, it low-key drives me crazy. But in a yoga, it sets the tone for me for yoga. It's a mental thing completely.
Gotcha. And then the last thing is to manage the clutter. So after you clean your space, from that point on, it can be as easy as just managing it. And I think this is where a lot of people fall off. They're like, they clean it one time and then it gets back dirty again. And then you have to clean it all over again, like deep clean. I ain't for all that. So like, clean my kitchen as I go. Make sure I put trash in the trash can. Make sure I fold up my clothes when they come out of the dryer, because I can't have piles of clothes everywhere. What? Are you okay?
No, I almost had a stroke. You fold your clothes when they come outside of the dryer? Wow,
yes.
That's beautiful.
Because I like to have my clothes in the drawers or in the closet where they belong. I really don't like to see piles of clothes anywhere. No. No, thank you. She's looking at me like I just hurt her feelings or something.
No, I am genuinely impressed. Like that's beautiful.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that complain about that, and they're just like, nope, I just don't want to fold the clothes. I'm the complete opposite. I need to fold the clothes and get them out of my sight.
I think for me, because I'm always multitasking when it comes to laundry. Laundry is the thing that I put probably the least amount of mind space into. Outside of when I get ready to do the laundry and separating it, that's it. I don't mindfully do laundry at all. So then when it's now dry, because I wasn't mindful about it and I didn't make the time for it, I now don't have time to sit there and fold them clothes. So they keep me company. I'm gonna do better. Y'all. I'm gonna do better next year.
Multitasking.
Don't do it. Don't. She's coming for me again, y'all. She doing this next episode, this declutter the mind. She's gonna be Ki Kiki. It's just it. I ain't gonna be here.
She ain't going nowhere, y'all.
You
ain't going nowhere.
No.
She's not going anywhere. We'll have a whole episode about multitasking. We'll have another episode about multitasking sometime. Ki.
What?
Why are you hiding from me?
I want to see your little face. Wait, I can see your face. You can't see mine.
Exactly. I see the picture.
That's enough.
If you don't bring your butt back up here.
Finish the episode, friend.
Well, I need you to participate for the next section, okay?
I'm here. I'm listening. What?
So when do you know it's time to declutter your space? And I think we talked a little bit about it, but like, when is the point that you say, all right, I got to do something?
Oh, you want me to answer?
Yes, you.
I told you I'm not good at those type of boundaries and meters. Sometimes I just let the things go, and it all depends, right? So like, I'm very much like you when it comes to my kitchen, my bathroom, my bedroom. I am very much a clean as I go person, because just traumatized from my childhood, where every Saturday morning you had to spend hours cleaning before you could go out and play. It's traumatizing. So the last thing that I want to do as an adult is spend hours cleaning. I hate it. So if it's not a task that I could do in, like, I don't know, under an hour. So I constantly and consciously like clean up, right? Or at least I try. So how do I know I need to declutter? Okay.
Even just the individual spaces, at what point do you feel like you need to clean that space? So not just even the big spring cleaning or the big cleanup of the whole house. What makes you want to clean up your spaces, your individual spaces?
All right. I'm going to actually go back to the initial question. When do I know that I need to declutter? I know when I'm not doing well mentally when I'm cluttered, right? So going back a couple months ago, when I just I don't know that I was in a happy space. I kind of suffer a little bit with SAD. Nope, I do suffer from SAD, seasonal affective disorder. And, these last few years of the pandemic, it's just been much harder. So October, November, December-ish, maybe not October, but definitely November, December-ish, things get really, really hard. And I did not want to do yoga. But I noticed that my yoga space, I had put some other things had belonged to take residence in my yoga space. And so it was when everything came to a boiling point, everything kind of came to a head. One day I just looked over at my space and I was like, well, damn. I'm definitely not fit to do yoga in that. So I began to declutter that space. And when I decluttered that space, I was able to do yoga again. And then when I'm doing yoga more often or regularly at some point, that in this current stage of my life signals that I'm in an okay place or I'm not in a bad space.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I think I've kind of been the same way. And it's not just with yoga, but just anything. So if I, even with things such as behind the scenes stuff, making content, sending emails and all this stuff, most of the time I am not motivated to do it because my space is cluttered and I can't think. And I said that earlier, like I literally cannot think. I look at my stuff and I'm like, this shit is ridiculous. And then I put on a Netflix show that I can binge for a couple of hours and I don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gets worse, right? That's when I know that like the next day I got to do something. I got to start somewhere. It's got to be one room at a time. And that's what I want to stress to people too. Like, I know you say you don't like to clean for hours straight. Like break it up into pieces, break it up into days. Like one day you clean this room, one day you clean another room, or you do pieces of that room. And until you get your whole house clean, then who cares how long it takes? I mean, you have to start somewhere. But I just know for me that when I start to see things around me that aren't supposed to be there, like just junk in different places that aren't supposed to really be there, then that's when I need to know that I have to get up and do something. Got to clean it, got to get it out in order for me to actually get up and be motivated to do something else.
Gotcha.
So y'all know what we're going to ask next, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to ask, how do you declutter? Like, do you know what point or at what point you need to declutter, or you need to clean, or you need to organize? Like what gets you to that point where you're like, I have to do something to get my space back to what it normally is? So
yes, we want y'all to let us know. So drop it in the comments when you see us post this episode, or DM us. We'll put a question in our stories. There's going to be a little poll on Spotify. We want to know what you guys are doing.
And don't forget, y'all, we got a whole email address if you want to tell us your stories, because we want to hear from you. So don't forget to share this podcast with your friends. Share it everywhere.
Tell your mom, share this one with your mom, because she'll be happy to know that you was listening and you finally got it now. Mm-hmm.
Sure. Share it with your mama. Share it with your mom. Yeah. Share it with your friends. Share it in your chats. Like, make it a topic amongst your friends. Y'all talk about it. That's what we want. We want y'all to have conversations about this stuff, just like we're having a conversation. So
what are you going to do this week for self-care?
This week, since I have been thrown back into my regular job day to day, like actually in the office, and I had to, get used to that again. I can't use it as my self-care for this next week because we already in it. They already thrown us in it. They've thrown us in it. I guess I have to work on I ain't happy.
She's so happy to be back in the office.
Still here. I'm not happy. But anyway, I'm going to work on movement, because I have to figure out how to add that in now that I'm not home. I don't have the freedom to get up in the middle of the day and go walking, or the freedom to like close my laptop at 5 and go straight to the park and walk. So now I have to get back to what I was doing pre-pandemic, finding that time to actually do it. So what?
You could get up in the middle of the day and go walking.
I could, but there are other factors that prevent me from doing that because I don't begin to work on time. So, yeah.
Listen, the U.S. Department of Labor said if you work 8 hours, you get 2 15-minute breaks. You take one of the 15-minute breaks and you go walking.
In the parking lot?
Yes.
Ew. I don't want to walk around in freaking circles.
You don't want to go for a walk then?
Yeah, I don't want to go for a walk there.
Okay. I used to do that.
I like parks. I do. I have done that, but I usually go to the park so I can actually be in a different scenery. I don't want to be at my job doing anything on my lunch break. That's just me. No, thank you.
Pre-pandemic pre-pandemic, I was getting up that kind of 3 p.m. slump when I wanted chocolate and/or caffeine. Instead, I would get up and go for a walk in the parking lot.
Oh, I'd get chocolate.
Whatever works for you, Frank.
I'm not lying. Like at work, I've become the person that passes out candy at 3:00. So, yeah, it gives me a chance to say hey to everybody and walk around, joke a little bit, and I go back to my desk.
Sounds like you're getting a walk.
It's a tiny walk, but I mean, I do get a walk. I do that multiple times a day anyway, though.
Make it bigger.
What are you going to do for self-care, Ki?
So I'm finally still working on getting acclimated to this new schedule where I got to get up early in the morning because y'all know I'm not a morning person. So now the goal is to truly incorporate working out in the mornings, but now earlier. So yeah, like I got to get up at 6 to work out. So right. The good news is there's some fun things I can do that early. Yeah, so I'm trying to incorporate more fun workouts and just, making sure that I'm getting up that early to do it. Starting my day off with some steps so that the rest of the day is progress. Yeah, so that's what I'll be working on this week. Yep, that's it. All right, good people. So, Kiki, where can they find you on social?
Everywhere as this Curvy Yogi. Curvy with an I, not a Y. Yes, and you can find me on my website, thiscurvyyogi.com. That's where you can get all my class information. I just posted a new schedule, so y'all check that out. You can sign up for classes. You can sign up for one-on-one sessions. All of the good things. Yeah. So where can they find you, Ki?
So first of all, you can go to my website and look up all my offerings because I got right. You can look up all my offerings. As we're moving forward, I'm going to be offering some things coming up in the month of May. So please check those out on the website as I update them. And the website is yoga with Ki, all one word, .space. Or you can find me on Instagram at yoga_with_Ki. I did it this time.
You got it right.
I got it right.
I'm so happy that you did. All right, y'all.
Domain. Somebody need to use it.
Exactly. I feel the same way. The exact same way. Y'all visit the websites, okay? But Ki. I want you to take care, sis.
I don't know that she really means that, thinking of how mean she's been to me today. But yeah, you take care too, sis. I sincerely hope that you have a fantastic rest of your week.
Thank you, sis. Much love to you. So much love and hearts and all of these things.
You're putting it on too thick. Bye, y'all. Bye. I got to go. Bye.
Bye, y'all.